Hi Leute und willkommen zurück zu Honkai Star Rail 2.2. Ich habe jetzt kurz mal eine Pause gemacht. Ihr hört die ganze Zeit schon, meine Stimme ist hier am Arsch. Ein bisschen krank. Wir sollen jetzt Misha folgen. Wir sind in der angeblich leeren Traumblase. Und als wir Misha hierher geholt haben, war die auf einmal voll. Was das wohl zu bedeuten hat. Hopp, hopp. Ja, ein NPC, der rennen kann. Endlich.
Wait, you managed to choose the right door on your first...
Weird. This place is quite different from the hotel. But I feel like I've been here before, and even lived here for a while. If I remember correctly, there should be a fireplace down that hallway, and the room on the other side was... Hold on. This doesn't make sense. Didn't I grow up in Dreamflux Reef?
This could be a case of amnesia. Don't worry, Misha. It's common for everyone to forget certain aspects of the past. Since this place seems familiar to you, why don't we explore a few more rooms and see if you can recall anything more?
Yeah, then...
Ah ja. Ja, ist einfach random.
Mikhail, that's the name. Now we all know him as the Watchmaker. So, who is he talking to? Do you know anything about it, Misha?
I'm sorry. I don't know much about the Watchmaker. But... Mikhail...
Anything special about...
Mikhail... is Grandpa's name.
Grandpa?
Endlich.
Do you mean you're the Watchmaker's grandson?
But we haven't heard anything about the Watchmaker having descendants. And the name Mikhail is not rare. Could you tell us more about your grandpa, Mikhail?
Yeah, sure. He was a seafarer who fearlessly ventured into mysterious seas and storms. He was always on the sea and had lots of friends who accompanied him on his travels. He didn't want me to call him Grandpa because that would make him sound old. He believed he was still young. The name Mikhail was given to him by his parents, Mihaly and Elise, both renowned seafarers. Every time he came back, he'd share his logbook with me and tell me about his adventure.
It appears that the seafarer has nothing to do with the watch. So, where is your grandpa now?
He went off on a new journey. And it's been... So, where has Clocky gone? Did he leave to protect Dreamville? TikTok. I heard some noises from the room. Origami Bird? That's a friend of mine.
You and Origami Bird are friends?
Yeah. It's a member of the Compass crew, just like Clocky and Miss Mirror. And there's more than just one Origami Bird. They are a big family with lots of brothers and sisters who look the same. They follow Miss Mirror's orders and handle all sorts of jobs on the ship. They're the best sailors.
Sailors? Can Origami...
Could you tell us more about the compass, Misha?
The Compass is a ship bound for the New World. Clocky and his partners travel through layers of fog to the depths of the sea. Whenever there is danger, Clocky will use a compass and guide the ship in the right direction.
That's a great story. But in the Penacony cartoon, Clocky and his partners have always lived in Dreamville and never ventured...
Huh? Oh, weird. I clearly remember... Clocky arrived in the New World in the end.
Perhaps Clocky has a hidden past.
I think I hear the sound of water.
You once mentioned there's a magnificent fountain up ahead. Look, there it is!
The water resembles a precious jewel, embedded in the dreams of all seafarers. Every time I gaze at the shimmering lights beneath the waves, it feels as though I'm back in this place.
Have you recalled anything, Misha?
Yeah, I saw these sentences in Grandpa's logbook. He used to say that despite the perils of the sea, whenever he stood on the deck in the afternoon, overlooking the sparkling waves, he would think of this fountain in front of his house. He often said that those moments felt like returning to his family's side, and the difficulties at sea didn't seem quite as challenging.
You know, I quite understand such sentiments. Hey, don't tease! I was just being a bit sentimental.
Perhaps every adventurer far from home carries a fountain within their soul. Even though the other side of the sea remains shrouded in the unknown, the fountain in front of his house serves as a compass, leading him back to his cherished ones.
Yeah, while Grandpa was at home, we would stand by the fountain and place the compass, a toy boat that I made, into the pool. Back then, I would ask him when I could go on adventures like him, and he would always laugh and say I was still too young.
It seems this Mikhail is truly a seafarer and has nothing to do with the watchmaker.
Yeah. Based on Misha's recollections, the scenes in the dream bubble appear to be his childhood memories.
But this raises more questions. According to Misha, he was clearly born on an oceanic planet and led an ordinary life. With no connection to Pensacola, could this be some sort of metaphor? Perhaps the sea refers to the memory zone.
I'm sorry. I don't know, but my memories keep pouring out uncontrollably, like water flowing from a fountain. Perhaps I'll remember more things if we... I wish to share your burden.
We're going to the opposite side, right?
No, we should turn left here.
Huh? Something feels different about this place.
This is it. Up ahead is Grandpa's study. It was in that room that I saw him the last time.
Across the ocean is our destination.
The atmosphere in this room feels...
Misha, you finally come.
Clocky, you're here.
Are those books on the bookshelf logbooks left behind by that seafarer?
Yeah. Whenever he came back, he placed a logbook on the bookshelf in his room. He described our world as a fountain. At some point, the sea started to gradually swallow up the land where people lived to ensure that everyone had land to settle on. He had to continue exploring the sea and search for the source of the rising seawater. On that day, he called me to his study, telling me that he was embarking on another journey. However, I could sense the gravity in his expression. It was the same look I had seen on my father's face. before his final voyage. I asked him if I could go with him, but he said that my adventure lay elsewhere, and told me to stay home, and patiently await a certain sound at the door.
What sound?
He told me about a vast ocean in the sky. An ocean of stars. He spoke of a train that transports children with a desire to venture far away. He said that he knew the crew on the train, and that he had asked them to take me along. He said the journey I had always dreamed of.
A train? Could it be?
It's the Astralexpress. I remember now. Grandpa's friends are a group of nameless who came to this world to resolve a disaster caused by a star. Then, he gave his pocket watch to me. It was his cherished treasure, appearing in every one of his adventure tales. He explained that difficult times were ahead, but assured me that the watch would guide me. He said, as long as I kept moving forward, I'd eventually reach my desired destination. The distant sound of a train whistle, echoing throughout the room.
Exactly, Misha! And then we followed that whistle, didn't we?
Yeah. I think I can still find the way.
This is the dream jigsaw, right? So we're supposed to find...
Do you remember? You said you obtained a mysterious shard when you stumbled into this place.
Hey, the shape seems to match.
Looks like we're just one step from revealing.
This is it. This is my room of while I spent my time waiting for Grandpa to return from his voyage, Walter gave me this workshop, and it became my secret base. Here, I learned how to repair clockwork and gears, out of my fondness of precision mechanics. In my dreams, I was the captain of the compass, embarking on adventures with my companions, Galaxie and Miss Mirror, in search of the new world. I was born and raised here.
So, this building in the dream bubble is your childhood home?
Yes, but not exactly. To be more precise, this dream bubble itself is my home.
Looks like you've remembered everything.
Wait. Why does it feel like everyone else knows something I don't?
March, do you remember when she mentioned a Galaxie that only she could see?
Yeah, the little guy here, right? But we all saw him in Dreamflux Reef, right? And Mr. Yang even greeted him.
Looks like everyone on the Astralexpress has a childlike spirit.
The answer lies in the Astralexpress. Her experience shows that neither Firefly nor Acheron can see this Galaxie. And when we were in Dreamflux Reef, you may have noticed that for some reason, nobody outside of the crew had ever talked with Galaxie.
Mm-hmm.
A mimetic life that can only be seen by a select few? It's just like a hidden message, left by someone for the nameless.
But Misha can see Clocky too, right? They even grew up together. But Misha hasn't started the way of the Trailblaze yet.
That's the key to the mystery, March. Now, take a moment to recall.
Ihr
Have
platzt
you
doch gleich der
ever
Kopf.
seen anyone outside of the crew interact with Misha?
Wait.
That's the answer, March 7th. This dream bubble is the place where I was born. And I'm a dweller in this dream. Just like a memory zone meme. I should have stayed here and waited for you. But when reality and memories merged, I unconsciously pushed open that door and left the bubble with Clocky.
So it's not that the Watchmaker's dream bubble is empty, but rather the stuff inside ran away? And the whistle you heard was the sound of the express arriving at Penacony?
That's one way to see it, but I believe there's a longer... How about we start with your name? Now should we call you Misha?
Thank you all for helping me rediscover my true self. I was born on Lushaka, in the Presmere system. Adopted by seafarers Mikhail and Char. They gave me a treasure. A name that carried their hopes. Mikhail Char Legwork. Or simply, Misha. If you prefer, you can call me by a more familiar name. The Watchmaker.
So,
Das
you're
wissen wir
the
schon seit
Watchmaker
2.0.
himself?
Unfortunately, that legendary figure is no more. I am only a reflection of his life. As for the child who has been with you, he's the innocent protagonist of Misha's childhood dream. A friend of Clocky, a young apprentice, and a future mechanic on the Express. And this also marks the beginning of his journey, devoted to the Trailblaze.
At the end of the journey, I left this little flame, which I so cherished, in my deepest dreams. However, he somehow left the dream bubble and forgot all about his task. I apologize for all the confusion this caused.
Because he was born with a desire to trailblaze, wasn't he? I don't think Misha has forgotten his role as a guide. He remembered it, and that's why he mistakenly appeared as a hotel doorman in her dream from the very beginning. The one who brought our unconscious friend here must have been Misha. If that's the case, we encountered the Watchmaker's legacy from the beginning, didn't we?
Well, I have a sarcastic friend who says I always take big detours and end up back where I started. Perhaps that's what every nameless has to go through. But in the end, you found me. I'm sure you're all wondering what my legacy is. I believe my hound has mentioned the Stellaron and my wealth. If I may apologize, the Stellaron part is real. As for my wealth, however, it's nothing more than a baseless rumor. I left my homeland as a child and embarked on the journey of Trailblaze. I traveled to various planets until finally reaching Asdana, where my friends and I built the original Penacony and fought for its future ever since. I've been moving forward all my life, doing what I could to overcome the obstacles in my path. But ultimately, my journey reached its end, and I left behind no possessions worth entrusting. So, if you ask what's left within this worn-out train engine that can be called a legacy, I suppose it's the things that are still burning in the engine's furnace. Now that you're well aware of the current situation of Penacony, I certainly hope that you'll help me get this world back on track. But I'll leave that decision to you, for the path of Trailblaze is never paved by others. All I have for you is a story and 2 gifts. I want to give you my pocket watch. It has accompanied me throughout my long journey, guiding that naive child forward has been blessed with the presence of so many great people up to... And my hat, too. The one who navigated for me placed it on my head and planted a fanciful thought in my mind. The trailblazing expedition will never end. Now, it's time for you to make your choice. Once you've made up your mind, open that door and enter the long dream of an old man. I'll be waiting for you at the end of this corridor of time.
All right, everyone. Let's make a decision. Although I don't think anyone will have any objection.
Of course.
In that case, then let's proceed together to the end of...
Mikhail, where are you going?
Someone has to step up and save Lushaka. So why can't it be me, Misha?
Please don't go. And if you must, please take me with you.
Even without me, you know how to proceed forward, brave Captain Misha. The compass is waiting for you. Now go, board that train and start your journey.
Where are you going, Mikhail?
I'm going to clean the floor in the parlor car. I've promised the conductor.
Wait, first tell me, did you fix this watch?
Yeah?
I know what it looked like before. Its chain was broken, the back case torn, and the marks on the dial all worn out.
Well, it's hard to explain, but I knew it could be fixed. It's the hands, Mr. Amundsen. Its hands were intact and pointing in the right direction, so I knew there would be a way to fix the rest.
I see. You'll work with me from now on. Haven't you always wanted to tinker with this train? You're its mechanic now. As for the conductor, I'll do the talking.
But I only know how to fix watches.
Don't worry. You've got what it takes. I'll teach you what you need to know.
Where are you going, legwork? It's time to head to our next stop. I'm staying in Astana with Rosalina and Tiernan.
I see. This place reminds you of home.
The people of Astana have only achieved a tiny victory and still have a long way to go towards true freedom. Hanunu needs us. Don't worry, not all journeys lead to the stars. Even if I leave the Express, our path of Trailblaze will continue.
Yeah. I knew you wouldn't stay on the Express forever. Leave in peace, my friend. And, take this with you.
This is Mr. Amundsen's hat. But why?
When he departed, he said he would leave it to his best student. Well, I suppose the time has come. Farewell, legwork. Take care of Tiernan and Rosalina. And don't forget to write to us.
Where are you going, watchmaker?
Don't worry, Micah. Just going on a little trip. Someone has to be at the forefront of the interstellar frontier, and I'm the only former nameless in Penacony. So why can't it be me?
Because you're all we have! Have you forgotten about Tiernan? The cosmos is way more dangerous now. What will happen to Penacony if we lose you too?
But what will happen to Penacony if we don't find a way out? Tiernan. How could I ever forget him? I've spent countless sleepless nights asking myself why I didn't go with him back then. We Nameless won't stop. Don't worry, Micah. It's just a matter of getting back to my old profession. Just wait for me to come back. But if, and it's a big if, If I don't come back in one piece, then you'll become the next watchmaker.
Where are you going, old man?
Oh, you're here.
Answer my question. What are you up to?
Relax, Gallagher. I just came up with a great idea.
Oh, come on. Aren't all your ideas just ways to get yourself killed? I may be blunt here, but you're the last remaining hero in Penacony. If you die too, the secret of the Stellaron will go to the grave with you.
Yes, I'm afraid there's no way out in Penacony, so I'll have to consider alternatives beyond Asdana. We'll organize a festival using the Watchmaker's legacy as a facade, and send invitations to the entire cosmos to gather people here.
So, a desperate struggle against the family?
Desperate? Don't we have you here, my friend? This task is challenging, but what hasn't been challenging for us along the way? Well, whatever you do, remember, make sure to send an invitation to the Astralexpress.
Misha! Where are you going?
Oh, it's you, Clocky. Take me to Dreamflux Reef. Last night, I had a long dream about the day we met. I want to write down that dream.
Write it down?
Oh, so I won't forget it. Do you remember how you got your name, Clock?
Of course! You told me that when you were a kid, you lived in a room full of clocks. Those wall clocks and pocket watches grew up with you and were your best friends.
Yes, but what I didn't mention was there's a funny misunderstanding. I was a kid, and there was always a special pocket watch in my memories. It was with my grandpa, guiding him on his sea voyages. I wanted to have a pocket watch like that too.
Yeah. Every night, we boarded the compass and set sail together.
But you know what? It wasn't until the day my grandpa gave it to me that I realized it wasn't a pocket watch at all. It was a compass. So your name should have been Compassy, and the watchmaker is just a nameless.
We've arrived at Dreamflux Reef. So, where to next?
You know, Clocky, I don't think I'll be going anywhere else. I've traveled far enough, and it's time for a little break.
Oh. So, we'll set out again. When you're rested?
No, I'll stay here. And then, this is where it ends.
This is where it ends? What do you mean, Misha? You told me that the trailblazing expedition would never end.
Yeah, that's what I said. So now, it's up to you to decide your next destination.
My next destination? What's that supposed to... Misha? You're acting weird today. If you're feeling down, we can just do what we usually do. With the clockwork.
No, I'm not feeling down. As for clockwork, yeah, it resolves all problems in this dream. So, do you know what clockwork actually is?
I'm not quite sure.
Well, everyone gets lost at times. They may hesitate and doubt which way to go. That happens in this dreamscape and beyond. But don't worry. Everyone goes through moments of uncertainty and hesitation. Eventually, they gather the courage to make bold decisions. Whether it's calming, joyful, angry, or sad, all they need is a little nudge to take that step toward where they truly belong. I'm leaving that little nudge with you, and I hope you'll share it with others. Such is the essence of clockwork, the will of the Trailblaze. Clocky's hands spin around non-stop, indicating confusion, frustration, and weakness. But ultimately, people still need to move forward.
Just like your hands, always pointing ahead. This is where my journey ends. From now on, it is your path to walk.
Trailblazing means taking paths your predecessors forswore and venturing even further. The Penacony in Mikhail's dreams does not belong to order.
I can't believe that Eon would cast a glance at Penacony at a time like this. Is it because of the resonance from the legacy of the Trailblaze? Or perhaps the bond between you is so strong that it even impresses an Eon?
Well, there might be another possibility. Perhaps they want to witness, on behalf of the fallen Eons, who will hold the future of Penacony.
If that's the case, on behalf of the Dream Master of Penacony and the 107,336 members of the Oak family, I'm extending a formal invitation to all of you. I'm cordially inviting you all to the Penacony Grand Theater to participate in the upcoming Charmony Festival. And, of course, you won't be in the audience, since the future of the Stellaron, Penacony, and even the entire cosmos is at stake. Let's draw a conclusion. If you truly believe in Akavili's path, then show me their courage and determination.
Endlich! Ja! Neue Power! Hat auch lang genug gedauert. Ich habe gedacht, bei 2.0 kriegen wir die schon. Aber es hat sich sehr, sehr lange gestreckt. Die Harmonie für den Trailblazer. Uhu. Erhöhe den Brucheffekt aller Verbündeten. Aha. Wenn alle Verbündeten angegriffen werden. Okay. Haben wir den Hut auf? Nein, aber wir haben den als Icon.
Please stay tuned.
Ja!
Please stay tuned.
Ah, das ist cool. Okay, wir haben auch einen Random Lichtkegel. Auch mit Brucheffekt. Spuren. Okay. Ach, jetzt braucht keiner. Gibt Damage. Okay. Verzögert die Aktion von Gegnern. Okay. Warum ist das nicht einfach Damage? Für 2 Runden. Könnten ruhig mehr sein, auf jeden Fall. Punkt. Oh, come on. Viermal. Das ist halt nichts. Warum bekommt er nicht ein gutes Damage-Bild? Ich verstehe es nicht. Ja, 313. Als ob. Wozu? Also ja, natürlich, wenn man hohen Brucheffekt hat, ist natürlich, wenn du einen Bruch verursachst, richtig krass extra Damage, aber nun.
We need a strategy.
Ach, sie wirft auch noch mit dem Hut, Junge. Ja. Seht ihr irgendwo Damage-Zahlen? Nein, ne?
Time to test our rapport.
Abprall ist halt nur, wenn da mehrere Gegner
Enemy
wären.
targets detected.
Do you admit this crime? It's time.
Life's like a good brew, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Jetzt müssen wir gucken.
Time to mix things up.
Dreams do come true.
Commencing support.
Okay. Ja. Okay. So.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
So.
The mood is set.
So.
Let the show begin.
So.
By the order of the Ten Lords, execute the Marastruck! No amnesty for the Marastruck.
That's all you got? It ain't over.
Take your positions. Let's improvise.
Ready for another?
Do you admit this crime?
Ja, du musst halt diesen Brucheffekt auslösen. Mit dem Bild dann. Und der Brucheffekt macht dann halt den extra Damage und nicht der Skill an sich selber. Ach, schwer zu erklären. Aber ja, du müsstest ihn dann auf Bruch machen.
Noise.
Brucheffekt. Was wäre das? Spuren. Was brauchen wir dafür? Oh Gott.
Before our paths diverge, savor the shared journey.
So. Das war... Naja. Ja. Ist halt seins. Okay. Ich weiß nicht, wo LP hier angelegt wurde. Ist auch nichts für Brucheffekt drauf. Hier ist Brucheffekt drauf. Das können wir behalten erstmal. Das können wir behalten. Das können wir nicht gebrauchen. Und das eigentlich auch nicht. Was hast... Warum hast du... Ach, wegen Geschwindigkeit wahrscheinlich. Hier ist Brucheffekt drauf. Okay. Naja. Dann machen wir im nächsten Part weiter. Ich weiß nicht, ob wir den Trailblazer spielen müssen, falls dieser Kampf kommt. Wenn ja, muss ich nochmal resetten. Denn irgendein anderes Set geben. Werden wir sehen im nächsten Part. Bis dahin. Ciao, Leute.